everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Conversation Station. This episode, we're going to be doing a DC Comics list, part 2. My first list, I did kind of a long list, so I'm going to kind of skim it down and just do a couple of them this time. Recently went back to my spot to get comics, and there was quite a few, mainly Superman comics, which were really cool and really awesome to look at. I went to another newer comic book place, and they didn't have as much. A lot of stuff that didn't really stand out to me. But of course, always willing to go back and see, just because you never really know. So we'll just get started. And one cool thing about the other spot that I have is I found pieces. So my part 1, I had this Swamp Thing. I believe it's part 2, Quest for the Elementals. Pretty cool. And in my most recent visit, I found part 5, Swamp Thing, Quest for the Elementals. Now that's really cool. The cover art's really awesome. On the back we have the Rocketeer from Disney. So that was pretty cool. Finding the another installment of this was pretty cool. Honestly, it'd be really cool to find the rest of them. And right as I open the page, we got that right there, Armageddon 2001. That's pretty cool. Guessing that's just an ad for another. And we got Brian Bosworth is Stone Cold. Never seen it. Never heard of it. Still pretty cool. Yeah, I believe this one was made in 91, November, if I'm not mistaken. The other one was October, or September, or something like that. And these all came out right around the same time, I believe, in 91. But yeah, I'm definitely looking, trying to get my hands on the rest of this, just because, it'd be really cool to have all the installments to it. But I'm obviously not expecting to. It's pretty cool. Yeah, that other comic book store that I went to had a lot of reprints, which, reprints are cool, but I personally like the feel of the old pages. So, of course it's hard to get the old, you can't sell, lots of, bulk of old comics, basically. It'd be really hard to do, especially, decent ones, good ones that people are really after. Because, Now this one doesn't have any, super crazy. This is really cool. Swamp Thing. Like that. That's awesome. I'm a huge Swamp Thing fan. I personally like Justice League Dark. Like how they did, John Constantine and Swamp Thing's constant, irritating relationship that they have, It's when Swamp Thing's telling, I think it's Zatanna. He's yeah, I don't know any specific one human or how to track them down. He's I only know John Constantine because he enrages me. And I don't know why, that always just cracks me up. It's he doesn't know people, he doesn't specify or think anybody's special or different, but he knows John Constantine because he irritates him constantly. And that, to me, is just hilarious. Swamp Thing is such a cool character. I hope we see some of him and see, I hope they do something really cool with him in the DC universe. And I think his potential is, pretty much limitless as far as, what they want to do with him. But yeah, this one's a really fun one. Extremely colorful. As you saw, that front artwork is just insane. Really cool. So, yeah, like I said, I'll be looking out for the rest of them. Hopefully I can find them. If not, I'm not really worried about it. But it would definitely be cool to grab the rest of them. Now I could always look online and, piece this all together. But for now, I'm just going to see if I can get it through there. And then later on, if I really, feel the itch, then I guess I'll go ahead and go online and get it. The next one I have a lot of these. These are ones, I don't know, whoever turned these in had just a huge stack of Power of the Atom comics. This one's called Swarmed. Yeah, that was a lot. There was the time where, every time I went back, it was, 4 or 5 Power of the Atom comics. It was pretty cool. And they were all, the classics. What does this say? Sky Shark? Sure does. It's an old game. And in this one, we got some neat artwork right there. Check that out. Now I know this is all backward and the words are backwards, so that doesn't really help you out too much, but hopefully the artwork is worth it. Now we got this for an old gaming system, Quick Shot. Check that out. That's pretty cool. Some artwork right there. I think I've only read one of the Power of the Atom so far. Right now I'm kind of making my way through the Supermans and reading those. I really like his suit though. That blue and red is really cool. What is this? Hydlide? Yeah, that one right there. You get the Nintendo symbol. I have no idea what that is. I've never seen it before. Role-playing it, action, adventure, password feature, 2 speed levels. Dang. That had to be. Well, that's cool. And then on the other side we have it's a cool little animation of like the Atom shrinking himself down and jumping into this guy's phone. That's pretty cool. And then here, let's see, he's showing you just how strong he is. I feel like Atom's one of those characters that, you don't get to see what he can do a lot of the time. Sometimes he just kind of gets pushed to the wayside, but I would definitely like to see more of him. And yeah, like I said before, a lot of these books have just been amazingly kept up. Look at that. Got a gold-haired looking weirdo. Okay, that's funny. Let's see, we got Capcom Bionic Power. That's cool. Gotta love those ads. And on the other side, we got the Star Trek Official Fan Club. Now, recently I got a few other Star Trek comics, just because they were from DC. They were from the 90s, but I thought they were pretty cool. So I'm guessing that's, Star Trek and DC kind of have some type of, connection there. So that was pretty cool. I just grabbed those. I mean, honestly, there weren't ones that I'd, do anything crazy with, but they're just cool to have. I thought they looked really awesome. And here we get into the bee aspect of Captain Atom, with him fighting bees. And comic book convention, September schedule, Chicago convention, gigantic Chicago convention, October 15th, 1989, Chicago, at the Chicago Marriott, 1401 West 22nd Street, Oak Brook, Illinois. So that's cool. Anybody happen to go there, let me know. I'd like to hear some stories. So it's always cool, is like, they always have the stuff for like the old Comic-Cons and stuff like that, and that was always so fun to see. And like none of it got ripped out or filled in or anything like that. And of course you have an Acclaim presents the Kid Remote. Obviously the covers are always a lot more colorful. And on the back it's a game. It's an advanced Dungeons and Dragons game. That's what it is. It's pretty cool. Old, but cool. And then to see how big Dungeons and Dragons still is, I mean, it's pretty awesome. October of 1989, couldn't get an exact publishing date, but still really cool. Got 1989, Hawk and Dove. And it is Fun in the Sun, when Hawk meets sudden death. Also in this issue, when Dove meets Dove. And I think it's a lady. So. Now, I first heard of Hawk and Dove in the not old, but the animated Justice League show. Or it might have been Justice League Unlimited. I believe it's Justice League Unlimited. Yeah, they show up in there. And that was the first time I ever seen those two. I had no idea who they were In the beginning, we got another Sky Shark. Whatever that is, it must have been super big. Yeah, it shows us having a big ol' jerk of a guy knocking back our hero without his costume, of course. And boom. Fantastic. Just fantastic artwork. And then this one said, who said football is a spectator sport? It's Trade West. It's like a football ad. Must have had something big to do with football back in the day. I'm not really sure. Let's see. So yeah, looks like it's an actual little game you can play. It's cool. So this one has kind of the same ads as the other one. See, has the same video game one. So that's kind of cool. I mean, at least you see their ads are consistent. And look at that. Now that's really cool looking. Did a really good job with like the blood and stuff. Oh wow. Now of course, Hawk has got that orange red suit, so you get the bright colors. Now this is Dove. Now that looks really cool. He's all, and that's where he's meeting Dawn, and then he's rocking that dude from the beach. Now we also got a version of Hawk and Dove in the live-action DC Titans show. And I believe that's the gentleman who plays Reacher right now, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe getting that wrong, but I know he plays an army guy, military man, but he did play Hawk. And they did the whole, look at that. And they did a storyline with that, and that was pretty cool. I personally like that show. I like how dark and gritty it was. I would love to see some of the characters, adapted into the newer DC universe, or even just referenced and thrown in certain ways. It would be really cool. But I don't think that'll happen. I think they're going their own direction, which makes total sense because something new. But overall, that's how we get references to these awesome characters. Right there you see Dawn and Dove. Dove's turning her into the other Dove. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Definitely a good read. It's another one that, again, see, we got that same bionic power. So yeah, some of these, I think as long as the years coincide, then they're probably going to get like the same exact ads, which, of course. But like for this one to be, like I said, printout is exactly the same. It's like every page, it's like there's one page and then there's, the exact ad from the other one. So that's kind of interesting. And this is really cool. This is illustrated really cool. It's a really huge fight. Hopefully I can get the light on there well enough. Try to set my camera in a nice spot where the light hits it correctly so that when I do these episodes it actually shows off the color. And if it doesn't, it looks like crap, I do apologize, but there's only so much I can do about that. But this is just to show them off and to show how freaking cool I think they are. And another one of those Chicago Comic-Con conventions. And on the last page, I'm pretty sure we have the same colorful ad for the same thing we had last time. And yeah, it's the Acclaim remote, just like the other one. So yeah, obviously the ads run together, so that's kind of cool. Now, another one that I found when I went over there that interests me a lot was this one. World's Finest, number 271. And it has a big ol' thing of the Daily Planet right there. Now this one is crazy because the staples are thick as heck. Usually some pretty thin staples, but this one is a little bit of a thicker book, so it came with thicker staples. And that's cool. You got like the Justice League of America right there, and that right there, and that's pretty cool. So yeah, I have not opened this one at all yet, And this is obviously Superman and Batman, so really, really cool. And as soon as I seen it, it stuck out to me, and I snatched it, and I did not want to let it go because I just liked it so much. And have not gotten the pleasure of reading this one yet, but just look at that. Look at that. Look at that Batman right there. Fantastic. Amazing. That is a really cool one. And that's Batman standing over Superman, trying to like protect him almost, like, you know, comfort him while he's getting knocked to the ground. Here we got Superman comforting Robin. We got Superman busting out of his shirt, exposing that awesome S that we know so well. That's cool. So this is a really long story with a lot of Superman, a lot of Robin, and a lot of Batman. And that's awesome, because it just gives more of a color for the illustrations. And honestly, just seeing the way they used to draw Batman is really cool, like the different ways. But yeah, this is really cool. I really like this one. I got 2 of these. I have another World's Finest as well. And yeah, so I was excited to get these. I thought they were really interesting. And I think they're going to be full of some really, really sick artwork. Definitely cool. And that's just Superman taking a gun to the chest. That's freaking awesome. You know, it's just those scenes that you hope you get in live action. And it's like, goodness gracious, just makes it so cool. Look at that. We got Superman and Batman flying through the city together. That's pretty cool. Obviously, I'm being as careful as I can not to, you know, mess up these staples or mess up anything. I would love to go through every single, you know, page, but I don't think anybody would enjoy that, so I just think showing off the highlights of the pages that are the coolest are really the way to go, just because, you know, keep it short and sweet while still giving you as much as I possibly can. Ooh, that's a good one. Look at that. Got them just kind of suiting up in the backyard. It's pretty cool. You know, sometimes it's not even the action ones that really, like, look the best. It's, you know, the mundane little things that they're doing, and it's like, oh, that's a really cool shot. And like, sometimes it's just that's really all it takes. I love how they do the illustrations of Superman going fast, and they show like a bunch of him, you know, and stuff like that. Like that. That's sick. Look at that. We got Superman smashing down to the earth. That's sick. Now, I believe he's challenging the enemy that he's going up against. And at the end, we got that right there. Lovely page. So yeah, and on the very last page, last but of course not least, let's see what it is on the back. I believe it's just like an editor. Oh, it's an actual like Daily Planet little thing. That's cool. Because of the Daily Planet on the back. So yeah, I was super excited when I saw that, and yeah, just made sure I grabbed it. And then when I saw that there was a second one, I was like, oh, sweet. And I grabbed that one too. So I'll probably add that one into a different list of DC Comics at a later time. So 2 more comics to go, and I'll get through these ones a little bit quicker. Alright, and my last 2 that I got. First one is Superman Action Comics number 504, and that came out February 10th, 1980. At least that's what I found. This is one of those the new ones I got. And at the beginning, an ad for, I believe it's the Superman movie. Yeah. It says, like, go see the Superman movie. There's a couple of those that say that. Oh, it's like the power of choice. Yeah. It's really cool. Now this one, oh wow, see, this one has a lot of that, like I was talking about, like to show how fast or what's happening in the action. It shows like multiples of Superman or whatever character, or the Flash, whoever it is, it's at super speed or getting knocked out or whatever. And I just think that's really cool. I really like that illustration. I really like that they just, do a bunch of them. And in these, you just got, like, this is why I love it. Just these, like, at any given page turn, you just got a classic shot of Superman, And that's why I really, really enjoy these books. And I really do. And I like these ads, too. We got Batman and Professor Plutonium. And then in the end, like, the whole reward or the big ad, the big thing is, like, Batman saving the day or getting Twinkies. And, like, there was one with Flash with, like, Hostess pies. That was pretty cool. I like that they do that. That's pretty awesome. Oh, look at that. They got Time Warp dollar comics on sale. That's pretty cool. And they got that classic Superman suiting up, getting ready to save the day. And right here, they got gum fighting do's and don'ts. So if you're going to pop bubbles with your friends, they got a way to do it. Oh wow, this is a whole page of Star Wars. An entire page. And it's just like all kinds of stuff. It's action figures, Star Wars radio-controlled R2-D2, a Star Wars Creature Cantina, just all kinds of cool stuff. I'm guessing you can order it from their catalog, or from their whatever site, or guessing it'd be a number, right? Yeah, you'd probably have to call. And then these ones, oh, that's cool. We got Elastic characters. So, of course, they're going to be selling their toys in there. And you got your superhero Stretch Armstrongs. Now, this side you got classic Superman flying, and it's just the classic whoosh. Gotta love it. Holy crap. This is another full pager, 1941. Pretty cool. I like when they do full page ads. It's like, it just makes it really awesome. Really cool. Lucky enough to have these pages kept up as well as they have been. On the back they got the super scale, some kid building the rocket. Pretty cool. And last but not least, I just actually finished reading this one, and it was a really interesting story. And that is Superman Starring in Action Comics, number 512. And that came out in, one second, so sorry, October 10th, 1980. And on the back we got a Daisy 840. And in this one it has an extra, another electrifying adventure of Airwave. So at the end of it, it has like, it's another, like a whole nother story. I think it's like 2 or 3 pages of this character, Airwave, that I'm guessing they were trying to get off the ground, but it didn't really seem like it did. So with this one, like I said, I just got finished reading it. Essentially, Lex Luthor has found the love of his life and changed his life around. And he's making this big deal about having to, be a good guy, all this humanitarian aid, being a good person, and the world buys it, and even Superman buys it. Here's Superman saving Lex, saying, "Hey there, friend Lex, let me help you out," and it just seems kind of like not genuine, just seems kind of weird. And the lady's bald. She had like incurable disease that Lex cured. He was her hero. They're both bald. So that was like the big thing. And, Superman goes out throughout the episode basically trying to poke holes in Lex's, thing. But at the same time, he's very supportive and he's telling the world, like, yes, you need to accept Lex's change and he's a good guy now. And I'm guessing, this is one of those times where I was talking about where they show just how fast and strong Superman is. But yeah, eventually, Lex being Lex, his plan is exposed, and Superman uses his X-ray vision to essentially see into Superman's mind, and he sees that Lex is lying and hiding something from himself, and he finds out that the girl is essentially a clone that Lex made of somebody, and he killed the original person, which, because Lex is a terrible person, and now this clone is just, essentially a pawn in Lex's poor game, and, Superman figures it out, stops him, saves the world, and saves everybody from Lex. Now that's the gist of it, but there's obviously odds and ends and cool little pieces of the story in there. But it's a really cool read, fun read, awesome story, and I enjoyed every second of it. And soon I can't wait to get to the rest of them. So that's the end of the list for now. I have a lot more DC comics to do, so I'll probably end up doing those at a later date. I appreciate any time you spend watching this video, and hope to see you again. Thank you.